today's topic is premature ejaculation, and here 20 to 30% of the people, normal individuals, are they are experiencing one point or the other this type of problem. Now I request just I am welcoming all the participants, particularly elderly people, patrons, our Lakshman Rao sir, and the so-called chief patrons, then patron are saying, and executive committee members, and our beloved participants. Now, I request you, sir, kindly enlighten on this topic, that is premature ejaculation. Thank you, sir. Kindly.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Reddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Good evening, everybody. And Professor Govinda Reddy and Sri Lakshman Rao Garu and Dr. Venkateshwar Rao and other participants. Today it is a PME, premature ejaculation. PME is a problem which is experienced by 33% of the married men. The statistic shows at international level, and also at Coimbatore also we have carried out a study. It coincides with the same number, 33%, and this was done among the elitist group in the posh residential areas. The housewives were interviewed by two girls who were doing their PG in population studies. That was a project work which was done under my guidance. And we have come out with the fact. This is the matter. Now, Dr. Suresh Kumar was talking about Sri Krishna at the beginning of this program, just before the program started. So I would like to share incidents in Mahabharata, and I will be brief. Ashwatthama has killed all the junior Pandavas, thinking that he is killing the Pandavas. Then after that, he was told that Pandavas are still alive. So he wanted to abolish all the progeny. And by the time Draupadi has conceived one child, and according to the ethics of war, women, older people, children should not be attacked. So what he did, he slightly deviated from the rule, and he sent a astra which will radiate. It is a radiation, like atomic radiation. So because of that, Draupadi has aborted the child. And they were very sad. This is in those days, they won't, it's a planned parenthood. So they won't have many children. So they said they have decided to have only one child, and that was the child which is gone, aborted. So the Rajavaidyas collected the material in a bowl, and they were thinking what to do. Then they were told, according to Vaidya Sastra, if that content is touched by a Naishtiga Brahmachari, Naishtiga Brahmachari is the definition, then it will unite and the zygote will develop. Okay. So they went to Bhishmacharya, who was a bachelor, and asked him to touch. He said, I cannot touch because I am not a Naishtiga Brahmachari. Who is a Naishtiga Brahmachari? Is a person who never had a desire to marry or to have sex with a woman. But he never got married. But when he abducted 3 girls for marrying with Pandu and Dhritarashtra, he brought 3 girls and 2 girls agreed. But one girl said no, because I have been already betrothed to somebody, so I won't marry. Then he said, it's okay, because 2 girls got married. So he said, you go back and joined that guy. He went and asked that guy, he said, once you are taken away, I cannot accept you, go back. Again, Bhishma said, no, again go and request. She requested again, she was thrown back. 3 times she was thrown back. Then she became furious and cursed that I will come back as a kind of eunuch that is neither male nor female, and I will end your life. That was the oath taken by that lady. She went away. Again, she come again. The girl is reborn, and finally she only attacks first. Then only Arjuna sends his astras. So he said, then they said, if Bhishma cannot touch according to the medical prescription, who else will do? Then Bhishma says, don't worry, go to Sri Krishna. They were shocked. Sri Krishna of all the people. Okay, because they know the story. So anyway, there is no other way. They went to Sri Krishna and he smiled because he knows what for they have come. He touched the pot and then there was, everything got consolidated and the Vaidyas took it away. These people also did not want to ask any question. They were also going back. So he called them, come back here because you have come with a doubt whether I am a Naishtika Brahmachari. So I tell you, what is the definition of Naishtika Brahmachari? Never had a desire to touch or hug it or to have sex with a woman. But you may think about Gopikas and others. They wanted to have happiness. I just gave happiness. I never participated in the act. Mentally, I was aloof, but I was performing, okay? And my target is to make them happy, not to get myself happy, okay? So he never ejaculated. So this has a relevance to PME. So he never ejaculated. So it shows it is a mind control. Later, when he got married, he ejaculated and had only one son through his wife. All other things are only performance because he never got involved, never had the desire. Okay, but it may be, you may be surprised. How is it possible? Now, something is happening in South Africa. They call this as Kariza. Okay, Kariza is a technology which has been used there, where a man performs sex for 90 minutes with 2 minutes intermission. After 30 minutes, the couple will take a break. Again, after 30 minutes, they will come, perform again another 30 minutes. And again, the third 30 minutes only, he will release and he will have super orgasm. And in between, the wife will have multiple orgasms. Okay. Now, we go, suppose, is it possible it has happened in some parts of India, like Kerala, the Nambudris. So what they used to do, they will have only one child, which is a Nambudri's child. It may be male or female. Otherwise, they will perform sex, but they will not ejaculate. If at all they leak out and a child is born out of that, it is not considered as an Nambudri child. They will leave it outside the doorstep. Anybody can adapt. So the Nayars, who are the warring type, who are the second in the rung of the hierarchy, from top down, second, they take the male or female child and they become a Nayar girl or boy. This was there even 150 years back. So this shows that the mind control is possible. If the mind is loose, then ejaculation arrives. What is premature ejaculation is lack of control of the mind. So that is it. So it is purely a psychological factor and it can be treated only by psychological techniques. Okay. And what are the techniques to slow down the premature ejaculation or to remove it, and the people do not have mental mind control. They only ejaculate too early. Okay, so in this culture and also Africa, because Africa and India were one piece earlier, and even now when black people meet Indians, they call them as brother, like that. Okay, and they also resemble Indians. Okay, though they call them as a Negroid and all that, the resemblance is with Indians. So that is the thing. So now, what is the solution to PME? And only 33% of the men are able to have mental control over the ejaculation. They can maintain it as far as the wife gets multiple orgasms. Another 33%, sometimes they have control, sometimes they lose. Another 33%, they are suffering from PME. Okay. So what happens with regard to PME? What causes PME is they think about sex and then they masturbate. Okay, masturbation should not be done, but according to West, it is automatic, and then you can do it, no problem. In West, everything is okay. Okay, there's a individuality, individual rights, and it is there in the Constitution, and they say anybody can do whatever, like that. That is a culture. But here it is not like that, and they don't control. But they say if you have to be a masculine person, you should have control over your mind. You should control over your body. Okay. In the yogic tradition, it has come like that. And if a person decides to become a sannyasi, immediately the body will cooperate, no problem. Okay, a grahastha, he has to do the duty of earning, maintaining the family, contributing to sannyasis, etc. And the husband's responsibility is to give the pleasure to his wife. Okay, if he refuses or if he is not capable of giving pleasure to the wife, then the husband will be chucked out in Kerala among the Nambudi community, which was there some 150 years back or 100 years back also. What the wife will say, if the man is having PME and not able to render orgasm to the wife, he is unfit, he is a misfit. Okay, and she will take the chappals, footwear of that person and keep it outside the doorstep. That is equivalent to talaq, 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 which has been followed by Muslims. The man has to simply walk out. You may have money, property, gold, everything, but you got to get out. No court. Okay, no petition, no lawyers, no judge. It is accepted by the community. You can't go and lament at neighbors. This is a rule of the land. And it has happened like that. She will pick up another man. And this is there among certain tribals who are maintaining the conservative styles. Okay, the fitness of a man or masculinity is he should not ejaculate just like that. He has to maintain erection and make the wife have multiple orgasms. Only then he is a man, otherwise he is a misfit. Even now, courts are having cases. The lawyers say this man is unmanly. So I need. He is not only important, he is having premature ejaculation, he is not able to create happiness. So, okay, then people say, okay, quit. Okay. That's what is happening even now in India. Whereas abroad also they give. Abroad also the judge says, what is it? Okay, then leave the guy and pick up somebody else. Leave the guy, then picking up is our own capacity, like that. So the basic question is, what is the central thing in this is, the mind is thinking about sex and what is the duration of the sexual performance. One person, the very starting of the sexual energy or sexual participation. People ask how long a person can have erection. So the answer is somebody who is sitting in the office, working somewhere, he thinks he has to go home and have sex on that day, night. So when he thinks, the engine starts. So he goes home, he undresses, he penetrates, immediately ejaculation occurs. Because the duration of sexuality starts from the moment the person has started. Whereas another fellow will be working in the same office, he also wants to have sex, he has programmed it, but he never thinks about it. He goes home, undresses and penetrates. Only then the foreplay is there, only stimulation is there, penetration is there, then only he releases. So the duration of sex can be 4 hours and ultimately ending with premature ejaculation. It can be 20 minutes and leading to multiple orgasm. And the wife says enough, then he releases. He has a mind control. So what I suggest is, when we treat mental health problems, whatever be the problem, the indicator is just like the blood test, urine test, or temperature. You have to train the guy to maintain erection for a particular number of time, minutes. Okay, it may be 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And the wife says enough, he should finish it off and ejaculate. If the person is capable of doing this, his mental health problem will be solved. You label whatever thing, whatever label you give, main thing is he lacks mind control, feeling control. If this comes, all things fall in place. Okay. So this is what I always do in handling cases, the couples. And in case of bachelors who are confused, first of all, they should start having any stimulation of looking at videos, phone videos, or reading phone material, or looking at photographs, and masturbation. Stop it. If you are unmarried, stop it. So usually I say, this is a sweet. Eat the sweet, I will say. They'll say, no, this is only bottle. It's not a sweet. Then I say, no, it is sweet. Take it. No, sir, how I can bite this bottle? It is sweet. Then they think this fellow is crazy. Then I tell them, you are crazy. There is no partner, but you masturbate. It is all happening in your imagination. You are crazy, okay? If you want to have sex, you should have a woman. If you want to have a woman, you should be married, okay? Don't go to call girls, okay? Don't say that I have a relationship and then start enjoying sex. Stabilize it with marriage. Otherwise, girls also should keep away from such guys. They want to have experimental marriage as it was happening in the They live together and have sex and try it out, and if the man is not work, they will throw him out. And what has happened in Holland, if you see, the highest rate of suicide happens in Holland. And the suicide are committed by men. The number is more among men than the women. What is the reason? It is one of the very cold areas closer to North Pole. So in such conditions, some fellows have difficulty maintaining an erection because warm blood has to flow into the penis. Only then erection will be there. So if the woman says, you are not able to satisfy me, his male ego is directly hurt. Then he thinks he is useless. Then he wants to destroy his body. What they do is, they will have a traumatic death, like going to a high skyscrapers and jumping down and cracking their head. Or they will have a gun and shoot their brain out, okay? And this is what is happening because of the chillness, extreme chillness which is there, like minus several degrees, 20 degrees, whatever, like that. So now what is happening in Netherlands, that area, more of yogi culture is now coming up because it is able to help them regulate your mind, then it regulates your body and your sexual performance. Okay. So yoga is being sold very much in Finland. Okay. But the land of yoga, we are here, but people are not making use of yoga for mind control. What is the mental health problem? Is the mind is not under the person's control. Drugs will not help. Only they have to develop healthy habits and things will be all right. But we want quick fix. Okay. Modern man wants quick fix. Man or woman, they want quick fix.
సౌండ్ తక్కువ వస్తుంది ఎందుకు ఇలా ఒక ఇంట్లో కూడా ఆపరేట్ చేయరు.
Yeah, please switch off your mics. Those are switched on. Your voice is being heard here as a crosstalk. Please switch off your mics. Okay. Now, what is the answer for solving this PME? I've already told. Ask the person not to have an erection laying with his partner, wife. They should not have an erection, but erection comes. The same thing, you should see that erection should not come. If he succeeds in not getting the erection lying before his partner, wife, then he has got the control. Otherwise, it is switched on. The engine is switched on and it will ultimately throw out the semen. That is premature ejaculation. Okay. So you should not. Next, touch the woman. Still, you should not have erection. Hug the woman. You should not have erection. Engage in foreplay for 3 days. Go without penetration. So the body gets desensitized. It learns to slow down. So there is more of excitation of the brain and the hormones and the sex organ in such people who are suffering from PME. So it is just like desensitization. Okay, so we have to do like this. Even at the excitement, look at the partner nude. With the dress you see, and you should not get erection. Touch the partner, you should not have erection. See the nudity, you should not have erection. If it comes, then mind comes under control. Only when you want to have sex, it should come. But some men go straight for penetration without any foreplay. But foreplay is very important for women. So many men straight go for penetration, which is not good. They will say it is okay because this is what is available. This is the only partner in life. Whereas in the West, they will change partners. Whereas the olden culture of Nambudris, they will change partners. So in fact, the modern men are not at risk in India. Okay. But they should always sympathize and be compassionate to the wife and try to maintain erection for a fairly long time to create multiple orgasms. It is not giving gold and diamond and platinum and car and building and all that. It's all there. But have your mind control. You have learned to do business, make profit. But can you create multiple orgasms for your wife? If you do not do that, they may go astray. That is the risk. Okay. So if people have this difficulty, women are reporting, then treat the husband and make him all right. Get him desensitized to the nude female body. Here you are using the wife fully dressed, partly dressed, total nude, touching. Okay. The other thing is that if a person is not interested in sex, it is the reverse. Okay. Touch, smell, feel, lick. But that person has to get excited. The assignment is you have to get excited. But here you should not be excited. This is the same thing. It is a sensate focus is used here to have a control over the erection. So mind muscle control should be there. That's all. Then things become all right. There is no need for divorce. Okay. No need for extramarital relationship. So basically, they have to start with mind control. Again, somebody, young speaker is coming. Okay, please switch off the mic. Okay, he can always speak when he grows up. Okay, The child's voice is being heard. So this is what I would prescribe, behavioral prescription for people who are having PME. And another important simple thing is a handy thing is slow down your breathing, you will not be excited. If you reduce the rate of breathing to 1 per minute, okay, that means 30 seconds of exhalation, 30 seconds of inhalation, which is possible if you keep repeating for 2-3 days, it will come. You may not bother. It doesn't take many days. Do it repeatedly for a day or 2, then you will reach this 30 seconds of exhalation and 30 seconds of inhalation. Then you look at anything, any photo also. Look at the photo of the wife, okay, fully dressed wife. If you slow down, then the person will not be getting excited. Okay. Because somebody hates the wife, look at it, you will not hate your wife. You hate your father, mother, again, you will become neutral. Okay. And somebody is interested in nude figures and all that, keep a nude photograph, which you can download from Google. Look at it, it will not affect you. Okay. Similarly, a girl is very crazy about so many boyfriends. Take a photograph from the net, keep a male, nude male, look at it, slow down, then she will not go crazy, running around for multiple partners, which will lead to the risk of HIV. Okay. So some girls come and complain, I am interested in others than my husband. Okay. So keep the other guy's photo, look at it, bring down to lower level. Okay, bring down the rate of breathing. They say, I don't like my husband. Look at the photo, bring down the rate of breathing. Then she becomes normal. The hatred goes, the attachment goes, okay, and they will function normally as per the social requirement. Okay, the breathing holds the key. That's my view. That is the technique. If there are any questions or observations, I will be happy to attend.
So may I? Good evening. This is
Yes,
Masi.
Madhu.
Sir, good
Yeah.
evening. This
Good.
is recently, day before yesterday, I had a friend of mine call up and she's like married for only 5 months now. Like she
Okay.
is 26 and her husband is 28. And she complained about this PME, like she complained that it's not happening well, and he has started crying also, and it has happened only twice. She told me, and all those twice also it hasn't happened, and even before.
Okay. Okay. No, the whole problem is this young man has been observing nude photographs, reading stories, watching XXX movies, etc. Now he is having a solid person who is a wife. So he is excited so more. When the excitation comes, ejaculation comes. It is as simple as that. As I have described, ask the woman to lie down with fully dressed, ask him to touch all over the body, but he should not have erection. Only then he qualifies for the next stage. So she will be having minimal dress like brassiere and panty. Ask him to touch all over the body, but he should not have erection. Okay. And it requires the cooperation of the wife because she is likely to get affected. So she should slowly breathe in and out, then she will not be excited. So this slow breathing in and out through the nose is difficult. That is why I recommend ask her to breathe out through the mouth, which is easy, and take the air in through the nose. It will be easy. This technique can be used for a person who is getting angry quite often, or a person who is afraid. Okay. In phobic conditions also, they can breathe out through the mouth and breathe in through the nose, keeping the threatening stimulus opposite. Then they will not react. They will not get angry. They will not be afraid. They will not be sexually excited also. Okay. And then he will become all right. Okay. Welcome.
So is there any connection between this complexity, like inferior complex? Is there any connection in this?
You forget about all these things because you are trying to diagnose. I will ask you not to diagnose.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now,
Thank
the basic thing is whatever you are crazy about, keep it, slow down your breathing and look at it. Okay. Your attachment will go, your aggression will go, you will become neutral. That's a central message. Okay. It may be a parent, okay, or a sibling whom you do not like. Okay, the husband is not like, the wife is not like, keep their photograph and do it. It'll become all right. But the preparation is required to bring down the rate of breathing. After that, you put the stimulus and then ask them to slow down. Because if they look at the stimulant which is irritating or creating anxiety, they cannot do anything. So in the absence of that, the rate of breathing should be brought down. Then expose them to that and then be any difficulty.
Okay, sir.
So this is a general thing which has got a lot of applicational value with any problem you have. Because somebody is asking a question by typing. I have told you anything, this is it. Whether you are crazy about something, you will drop that craziness. You hate something, you will drop the hatred. You'll operate in the neutral area. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You try it out. Ask your
Yes.
client to try out. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any other observation or question or case? Yeah.
Sir, can I ask a question, sir?
Yes, yes, Dr. Suresh Kumar. Yes.
Sir, does the age so matters in this regard of ejaculation? Age matters regarding, so the age increases or in the young or old age or adult?
Yeah, younger people can be easily excited. As age progresses, the excitement reduces.
Yes.
But it is due to practice and habit. Okay, an 80-year-old man can be equally very active.
Okay.
It's all the habit. It's like smoking. If a person smokes, it goes on. Goes still there. So that is it. But if they regulate it, no problem.
Okay. So age doesn't matter.
Yes, it doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
all mind only. Body doesn't matter. In human
Okay.
body doesn't matter.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you, sir.
Mind matters.
Sir, at what age one should practice celibacy, sir? At
Pardon?
what age the person should observe celibacy, begin to observe celibacy? Is the question relevant here or not? I don't know.
Actually, Mahatma Gandhi asked Kasturibai for mutual consent. Then it was they were able to practice. That is what I say. It is a mind control. If the wife wants, the husband has to perform. If the wife doesn't want, then the husband has to keep quiet. Or if the husband wants, wife has to cooperate.
If both agree to, if they both agree to.
Like Mahatma Gandhi and Kasturibai. Okay. Then it's okay. It's okay. You see, what is sex? It is not penetration. It is not even foreplay. It is being nice to people, sit by the side and enjoy the company. That itself is sex. Okay. Sex is not, I mean, the sitting together and having a chat itself gives a pleasure. Okay. So it is not penetration, it's not foreplay. So, I mean, it can happen.
So mutually they have to agree for that.
Mutually, yes. But the husband cannot follow celibacy at the cost of.
Shy. Even a student come to me and tell me that after 3 days or even sometimes it will every day for 2 or 4 days continuously, feels nocturnal emission. So what can I do for them?
What is the age? What is the
Age
marital
profile is-
status?
So all our students, adolescent age students for classes 7th to 12th.
7th to
12th.
yeah, boys.
Yes,
One or
sir.
two boys. What do they
Boys, sir.
say?
They say for nocturnal emission when sleep at bed and even after 2 hours of the sleeping,
Okay.
feel something sticky and nightfall issue.
Your voice is breaking. I am not able to hear you clearly.
Can I comprehend the
Yeah,
question, sir?
Yes, please,
Yes.
please.
Sir, he is asking about the boys who has having the ejaculation during their sleep, and they are observing for every 2 days or after 4 days, and they are feeling a little discomfort because of that, and he's
Okay,
asking for
okay. First of all, they should stop looking at any sexual stimulating material. Stimulating material like reading material, if they have any book, ask them to burn it. And if they are looking into XXX videos, ask them to stop it. But then now how to stop it? It's easy to say stop it, but ask them have a goal in life. What is your goal in life? You want to become a police officer or an aircraft pilot, or you want to become a professor? Focus on that. If the mind is focused, then it will not be distracted. Okay. So the sannyasis, they focus on God. There is a single focus. If the single focus is there, body will obey. If you don't have any focus, no aim in life, then all these things take over. That is it. And how to do it? Ask them to have a slow breathing. Take a stimulant and slow breathe. Okay, then the stimulation will go, excitation will go, as I have already told. Even if they look at a nude photograph and breathe slowly, then that will not affect like that. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
that's it. Welcome. Yes.
Sir, can I ask
Professor Sudhakar Rao is here. Professor Sudhakar Reddy. Yeah, you want to say something, some observation, please?
yes, sir, because it is about the not having.
No, wait. Professor Sudhakar Rao Reddy is here. I'm
Okay,
asking
sir, okay.
to give it observation.
Sure, sir, sure.
After that, we can continue.
Okay, done, sir.
Professor, please unmute and then speak. The mic is muted.
Sudhakar Reddy garu, you just unmute your mic, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yes, you are audible.
Sir, Ganesh sir, my respects to you. You have beautifully narrated practically all the day-to-day problems of premature ejaculation. Actually, I have just to contribute to exposure to sunlight, working in sunlight prevents premature ejaculation. That is one concept. Always staying in darkness and AC rooms, it promotes premature ejaculation. Then other thing is, as you nicely told, animals never have premature ejaculation because they never think of sex.
Yeah,
And human beings, they think of sex and pornography, porn movies, and they get this problem of premature ejaculation, as you have already told. So, actually, the sexual life is encephalized in human beings, and compared to the animals. Animals, the sexual life is not encephalized. That means thought process in the brain. But in human beings, it is encephalized and it starts from thought process. And more, if you think of sex, and you will get premature ejaculation and you will get impotency also.
Yes.
The exposure to sunlight is very important because when you actually if you see why there are more more people in India and China, because the sunlight is more in India and China compared to other countries, the cold countries. There the population also is less, and their problems of sexual ejaculation also is there, and sperm survival and zygote formation, and then the producing children also is less, where the sunlight is less in countries. So the sexual life, actually, as Ganesh sir nicely told about so many things, and it covers so many aspects of human life. That is, diet, nutrition is very important. Then time of sexual life is also very important. And in Vedas, they say sexual life at the sunset time, like 6 p.m. If you have sexual intercourse, you will get children like Rakshasas. And it is proved the Kashyapa had two wives, Aditi and Aditi. Aditi, they had normal sexual life in Brahma Muhurta, and Kashyapa's son is Aditya, sun god. And evening time, he had sexual life with the Diti. He had Daitya, Rakshasas. All these Hiranyakashipa and Hiranyaksha, they were born at that time, evening time. So these are all the observations in the Puranas, may be scientifically correct, but there is no established evidence for that. But if you do observe, it is correct. I believe Ganesh sir always tells all the Puranas, what they say is all truth. I really appreciate that statement. Instead of need not go for scientific evidence. So the timing of sexual life is very important, and replay is very important. Then both husband and wife should have a peaceful time during the daytime or night time, and they should not have so many problems of day-to-day life and their irritations and all that, which prevents happy sexual life. And one observation is hormones are fully full in the human blood at the time of 2:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Best is 3 a.m. So at that time, because the male hormones and female hormones are fully formed in the blood, so if you have sexual life at that time, and the sperms also will be complete and mature sperms and mature ovumes, and they have children, they will have excellent children, physically and mentally. So there's one observation. So these are all the important things the parents, the young couple should follow. Then I don't know correctly, please avoid sexual intercourse during the daytime. I still don't know why they're told like that. Always have sexual life night time, early morning, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Another thing is, never have sexual life without any clothes on the body. Never have sexual life as a nudes. So I really don't know why, but they say there will not be any guilty feeling and aversion. If you see the wife in a nude way, you will have aversion towards sex in 1 or 2 days or 3 days. We had an excellent example of Vemana Yogi. Vemana Yogi had one woman. He was always attracted towards her, and she used to go and beg to so many things from the brother's wife. She used to give everything to the Vemana, and he used to go and give those things to that prostitute. And one day, prostitute asked Vemana to bring her one costly instrument, ornament in the nose, very costly. Then her brother's wife always, okay, I will give that also to you, but one condition, you please give that to your prostitute when she is completely nude. and she has to take that from you when it's she has become completely nude, and she has to take that from the Vemana. Vemana gave it. That very moment, he had total aversion to sexual life. He became a great yogi. So these are the observations regarding the sexual life and nude. Then pornography, if you have the habit of seeing pornography, you will definitely become impotent and premature ejaculation also. So never, like animals, never watch these pornography, everything. And also, it is a sin if you watch anybody having sexual intercourse. If you watch them directly, it is a sin. And in Mahabharata, Arjuna had one incident when the Dharmaraja and Draupadi were having sexual intercourse. He was to go on the side of that room, and accidentally, just a fraction of a second, he saw them.
Yeah, muted.
Sir,
Your
you are
mic is
muted, sir.
muted because you are creating a great suspense and then you have muted the mic. Professor, please
Nagareddy garu,
unmute.
please unmute.
Is somebody operating your audio?
Only once in 3 years.
Ah,
Because he told, because the lion knows.
Again muted. Somebody is censoring your speech.
Nagareddy garu, sir, your voice is not audible.
Mute ho gaya ji.
Yeah, now you speak.
Please speak about Arjuna. Everybody is waiting with eager.
Ganesh, sir?
Ah, yes, yes.
Please tell about Arjuna entering and then what happened.
I have concluded, sir. I will comments, Ganesh, sir.
Sir, you,
Ganesh, sir.
Yes, yes, please. We are able to hear you. Again, yes, muted. Yeah, now he's on.
Ganesh, sir.
Yes, please.
Please, I want your comments on what I told.
No, we are not able to hear you. Please
Hear me?
repeat. What
Okay,
happened after Arjuna entered the bedroom?
Okay, I'll tell you, sir. Okay. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
That incident, Arjuna, a fraction of a second watched Dharmaraja and Duryodhana, Draupadi.
Yes.
In sexual intercourse, and he felt very guilty, and it amounts to be a sin.
Okay.
Then Krishna guided, don't worry, this thing will be washed out when you have 1 year of exile, that is Tirthayatra.
Okay.
And he went for 1 year, that north side, all over India, the Tirthayatra.
Okay.
And came back. 1 year after that, he got cleansed of that sin. So that means watching others having sexual life is a sin, and particularly pornography also is a great sin.
Yes.
Because of the sin only,
Yes.
they are having this impotency, premature ejaculation.
Yes.
So I want your comments, sir.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There are some poets who have been in Tamil Nadu who were womanizer. Suddenly he changed over and he felt it is wrong to be a womanizer. And he has written poems about the dirtiness of the female body.
Yes, sir.
So if somebody reads those poems,
Yes, sir.
they will lose interest in sex.
Yes,
That
sir.
is one thing.
Yes, sir.
Another thing, an emperor had his son attached to a lady.
Yes.
When he wanted to marry, he consulted the consultants. I want him to forget that lady. So the the consultants recommended, make
Yes, sir.
them nude and make them stand looking at each other, tie them to two poles.
Yes.
Then they would not like to see each other for their lifetime. This was a
Excellent.
general prescription given. Okay.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Somebody
Very good.
says, I can't live without this man or this girl. Strip
Yes.
them, make them stand, okay,
Yes.
looking at each other, then they will be ashamed to look at the man or the woman again. This is
Yes,
also kind of a tough technique which was used because the emperor can do it because he has got
Yes.
all his deputies who can do it, okay.
Yes, sir.
But it
Yes,
is
sir.
not possible for the poor dad and mom of boys or girls to do it.
Sir.
And the police and the law will not allow all these things. But what happens is the aversion can be created which will
Yes.
dissolve the attachment.
Oh, yes, sir.
I agree with you. Yeah. This is what they have found and
Yes,
they
sir.
have recorded. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Because they will be reminded of that again and again. That is
Yes,
what
sir.
is interfering. Suppose a boy gets married to a girl and
Yes.
he has seen big breast in the other model there in the video.
Yes.
He says this
Yes.
breast is small because of that creates a comparison. And he will say, I
Oh,
don't like my wife. And
yes.
I like women who are big breasted. And another guy
Oh,
says, those girls are having small breast. My wife is having large breast. Okay,
yes.
all comparison happens. Similarly, girls say that man is having a longer penis, a thicker penis, and my husband is having a smaller penis. So
Yes.
this that has nothing to do. If the man is able to maintain erection for a pretty
Yes.
long time, that is enough. But they
Yes,
start
sir.
comparing. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they compare from the stars.
Yes, sir.
Okay, apart from the blue films, etc. They
Yes,
start
sir.
looking at the stars and start appreciating, and they say, "Why my wife is not like that? Why my
Oh,
husband is not like that hero?" This is the whole
yes.
problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
One of the
Yes.
thing is you avoid the stimulants. Don't become a fan of any actor or actress. Look
Yes,
at
sir.
it and forget it. Or if
Yes,
you
sir.
cannot stop it, don't look at films at all. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, they become the hero and the husband becomes the zero. Or the wife becomes the lady becomes the heroine and the
Yes, sir.
wife becomes the zero. That's a problem. Then you
Yes,
start
yes.
looking for call girls who are somewhat similar to that's a whole problem.
Yes, sir.
So, as you have already pointed out, it is a mind job. Sex is a mind job than human.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as some experts have pointed out,
Yeah.
the most important thing for sex is the sex organ dash the brain.
Yeah.
So that is your subject.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Your subject is the topic.
Yes, sir.
Sex is in the brain, not in the
Yes.
sex. Okay. If
Oh,
confusion occurs there, okay,
yes,
the
sir.
organ will not work.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
regarding the timing of sexual life.
Yeah.
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 Timing, sir.
I
Timing.
already told when the mind says keep quiet, body will say keep quiet. If the mind says
Yes.
go on, then the body will say go on. Age doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's a problem.
No, sir. In Puranas, they say if you have sexual intercourse during evening time, 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
your
Yes.
children will become like Rakshas.
Yeah, that's right. You see, the person either is too sexy, they have sex at that time because it has been prescribed.
Yes.
Sex is after sunset. But just
Yes.
before sunset means either the husband is highly stimulated or the wife is stimulated and she says, come on, let us have it. Then
Yes.
she has not the rajasic tendency, or the husband says we will have it. He has
Yes.
rajasic tendency because they don't have control over the mind. And
Yeah.
what is rajasic is lack of control over the mind. They are highly tempted, highly
Yes.
feeling oriented.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what.
Regarding regarding exposure to sunlight, which
Yeah.
stimulates the pineal gland in the brain,
Yes.
and pineal gland again stimulates the endocrine hormones in a proper way. So sunlight exposure is very important for sexual life and have to have good children.
Yes. There have been well-found scientific truths which are not in circulation nowadays. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir. Yes, sir.
Westerners are coming and they are digging and they are prescribing. They are putting
sir.
it to test with all the parameters. They say this is good.
Yeah.
Okay. But we can also do the same thing because
Yes,
we
sir.
are in this culture. We can also do it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. But correct.
Yeah. Thank you,
So
Professor.
thank you, sir.
For your
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, namaste, sir. Ganeshan, sir, namaste. With due
Yes.
respect to what our sir is telling, our body is divided into 24 hours are divided into 8 into 3 parts, whereas the Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, like that. So when depending upon that kind of gunas also, as what sir was telling, the sexual intercourse can be done only during the night time because all the entire body will be in a peaceful state of mind. We don't have any kind of disturbances like that. So that is the best time what our Vedic Puranas have given us like that, sir, suggested us.
Yeah.
And one word I would like to add is that during the daytime it is not suggested because in the olden days there were all joint families where the entire family was at home at that time. So during daytime when it is done, somebody might like what sir was telling, like while Arjuna was passing, he had to look at them. So like that, for that purpose actually it is suggested like that. But now due to such kind of various constraints and various things, it is not possible for people because some people are doing night duty, some people are doing day duty. At that time, they have a very little time for them to sit together or do some intercourse or something like that, sir. That's what I think, sir.
Okay. Yes.
It is a matter of convenience. It is a matter of adjustment. Now, those days, as you said,
yes, sir.
Everybody was busy during daytime also. Only during night time, they will be just calm and they used to undergo several
Yes, sir.
activities.
Peacefulness of mind, calmness of mind, climate, everything was there. Because in the joint family, so many members were there, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and also at that time they had no privacy at all. So it is rejected in the daytime, sir.
Okay.
Ganeshan sir.
Yes, please.
Today, as far as our Sudhakar Reddy's just discussion, we have come to a conclusion why India as well as China is with more population, because these two countries are more exposed to sunlight. So it is also proved, I think, sunlight, particularly labor, they used to work morning, just 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And their body is being exposed to sunlight. And just they will take rest, but anyway, but what time they will be meeting, and but they will be blessed with for every 1.5 years, they are blessed with one child. Whereas here now we are being accustomed to, habituated to just car AC, office AC, then home also AC. So now, that might be an obstacle for not getting pregnancy, not getting good children also. That might be the reason. Okay, sir. This is a very good point today. I have learned from why India and China is more population. We could be able to know through him. Now, of course, this is not going to be just uploaded to the YouTube. This is a private discussion. I would like to, when our 32 participants along with Ganeshan sir and other people are here, I wanted to create one WCOP trained psychologist group app. they might be undergone one course or two courses or three courses, or they might have undergone like this. So through that, these are all trained people, and they are ready to extend counseling to the who are in needy in a scientific manner. And that group, I came to know there are several groups. Say lawyers are there, then doctors are there. What they are doing in that learned group, say there are about more than 120 people, or more than that, they have undergone training. Suppose if we create one app, one web, that is what is that WhatsApp group, so that say I dealt one case, so that I can also just what I did. So a case I can illustrate, and similarly, so that the other fellow, the other participant, may also for him or for her, such type of cases might have not come across. So like that, each person, they are all experts. They have undergone one case or the other. So if they, that type of group, if they just express it and put forth in the WhatsApp group, so that a heated discussion will be there, and particularly the practitioners may also just equip their mind with so much of counseling skills or knowledge or whatever it might be. So what is your opinion, sir? I am seeking your, we propose just through prayers only, any problem, any activity we are starting, and there is a grand success under the able wishes of Professor Ganesh sir. And now that another elderly person who is J.V. Lakshman Rao is at Kankadri sir is there, and many people they're all Sudhakar Reddy, many people are there. So I think this idea, okay, we'll go for it. Now that sir also has given consent, and I request Ganesh sir, already I have just requested him to please suggest the topic, duration of the topic, that is addicting to cell culture, because that.
Okay, I thank you, Professor Ganeshan sir, for all his patience and for all his techniques he has given to us since for all the 24 sessions. And in spite, not only on here, if you are in stuck anywhere in any case, you can just give him a call and he will give you the guidance over the phone as well, so, which I have done many times. So thank you, Ganeshan sir, from the bottom of the heart, on behalf of all the participants and WCOP, for spending that much of time in spite of your age. Actually, we should not pester you, or we should not do this, but we are helpless. So we are requesting you to be with us all the time. So thank you so much, sir. And also thank you so much for all the participants, BG Reddy sir, for giving us this taking the initiative to train all the psychologists who want to improve their skills and implement them in their practice. So, and I thank you all the WCOP patrons who have been contributing to them behind the space. Thank you so much. So before we wind up, our final session today, we had about the premature ejaculation. So I started late. I will just summarize from where I have started. So it says Ganesh sir has said that 33% of men have mental control, and they can perform well till the wife reaches orgasm. And the person who always thinks from more about the sex from the daytime and masturbates, which has to be avoided. So because Gruhastha has to maintain the family and satisfy the wife and and they should have multiple orgasms as well. So what could be the duration? So the duration doesn't mean that how well he performs, how well he performs during that time, but also how from when he starts thinking about the having the good time. So from then the excitement started. So when the excitement starts, it reaches the peak at one point, and when he actually has to go to the wife, then the peak, then he ejaculates immediately. So the person has to stop, reduce the limitation of thinking about having sex while working in the office. So just to go home and relax yourself, and then you can have a good time of 20 to 30 minutes. So everything, man has to have the control of his brain. So bachelors, they often watch porn and masturbate a lot. So it is advised for the bachelors to stop masturbation, watch porn videos or any other material related to porn, and they all this leads to the imagination. So even when they have a girlfriend, they should stabilize the relationship with the marriage, and they have to perform sex only after the marriage, and they are not. It is not advisable to go for the call girls. So in Holland, there is the highest suicide rate because the men are not able to perform due to the cold weather. The warm blood does not flow, and the wife insults, and which hurts him directly. So that is one of the reasons why men commit suicide. And in Netherlands, there is more of yogic culture which regulates the mind and body, so they lead a peaceful life. So mind is not is if the mind is not under the not the control, no drugs will work for it. So as always says, paradoxical intentional technique, if the person doesn't have any erections, we have to ask him to lie down with his wife and not to have any erections. So touch the woman and not to have any erections. When he does the foreplay, he should not produce any erections, which controls his mind over the body. And other way is to desensitize is look the wife with the completely dressed, and then see that the man will not have any erections, and partly dressed, and again he is not advised to have erections even after looking at the wife nude with complete nude. He should not have any erections. So in most of the cases, or it is important for the foreplay for women especially, because and the men straight away go to the penetration, and so sensate focus can help us in controlling the mind and the body. So the best technique is to slow down the breathing rate to 1 minute. That means 30 seconds of inhalation and 30 seconds of exhalations. By looking at the pictures and slow down the breathing rate, even the woman who is not interested in their husband and getting attracted to the other man, they can also imagine, look at the picture of the husband and slow down the breathing. So breathing holds the key, but before looking at the picture, it has to be practiced before the reduction of the breathing should be reduced to 1 minute. It should be prior requirement, then looking at the picture and slowing down the breathing has to be done. So in case where they are married for 5 months and there is no proper, good number of intimacies, then the husband is also young enough, is 28-year-old. So the person who might be watching videos or pics of any porn should be avoided. So again here the paradoxical intention technique was lie down fully dressed and avoid erection. So touch the body and again no erection. So wife can breathe in with mouth and breathe in with nose and breathe out with the mouth, so that she won't also get excited or get depressed or feel low. So looking at the picture and slowing down the breathing can reduce any anger or any kind of arousals, and that means which calms down the stimulant. So these breathing exercises are the prerequisites for doing the treatment. So the age does not matter. It is only the person's mind that controls the body. So celibacy can happen with the mutual consent. So in case of adolescents who has the emissions during night, they have to stop looking at stimulating material or videos. So we need to focus, divert their attention towards their goal and focus on what they need in their future. So stimulant, keep the stimulant in front of in front of the person and start slow breathing. So as Sudhakar Reddy sir has said that exposure or working in the sunlight prevents PME, and dark rooms or AC rooms promotes PME because animals are not doesn't think about the sex as men as humans think, because the more we think about having the sex life, the more they get down at the time of bedtime. So production of semen is also high in the countries where people work in the sunlight. So that is the one of the reasons for having more population in India and China. So it is always good to have a good diet, and it is the ideal time for having a sexual intercourse is early morning between 2 and 3 a.m. So peaceful time during the day and time will help us in having a good quality time at the midnight, at the night. So hormones which are active between 2 and 3 a.m. So always ideal for intimacy, and the child who was born with at that the child who has been conceived, the person who conceives at that time will have good physical and mental health. So avoid intercourse during daytime and never have sex completely with nudity, so which develops aversion towards the partner. So avoiding porn, watching someone having an intercourse is a sin, which is also one reason for PME. So aversion can be treated and resolved, created to resolve the issues. And the most importantly, comparisons should be avoided and stimulants has to be avoided. Everything lies in our mind, which controls our body. So we all, both men and women should have the control over their thoughts, so that they can lead and have a good happy marital life. So that is all what we have discussed in this session today.
Just I would like everyone, each and everyone, for your nice cooperation and beloved whatnot everything. Right. Good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pranam.